Welcome to the He's Got Issues Independent Comics Edition number 164.3. I'm John Cooney here to preview new independent comics being released March 11th, 2015, beginning alphabetically with Boom Studios and Adventure Time Marceline Gone Adrift number 3 of 6. Princess Bubblegum might have finally found a way to get Marceline, but that doesn't mean things are going to get any easier for her. Marceline might be stuck with her new friends on this strange planet, but that doesn't mean she's got to like them, or be nice to them, and what is up with this place anyway? Next we've got Big Trouble in Little China number 9, leading a band of crazy warriors and walking away from another fight with the big bad. Jack Burton has never felt so on top of the world. Unfortunately, Jack is about to find out when one pillar comes crashing down, another is sure to take its place. We've also got Bill and Ted's Most Triumphant Return number 1 of 6. Following the time-traveling historic epic of excellent adventure and the turbulent life and death of Bogus Journey, Bill and Ted must now fulfill their destiny as the inspiration for galactic harmony. How can someone hate the Wild Stallions as much as the evil Chuck de Nomalos? With the power of time travel, Bill and Ted set their sights on turning a young 27th century Nomalos's non-heinous attitude into something most outstanding in metal. Next we have Bravest Warriors number 30. It's the start of an all-new arc as the Bravest Warriors are off to summer camp. The gang has been going to Camp Tribulon for little warriors since they were kids, but when they return as counselors, they realize the battling monsters might be nothing compared to supervising a camp of rowdy children. We've also got Dead Letters number 8. As the Saints of Nowhere continue their attacks on new arrivals to here, Sam Whistler has maneuvered through the burrows to prepare a response for the mysterious army, all the while searching for the truth of his first moments in here. Next we have Escape from New York number 4. As the USPF Army comes down on the seceded nation of Florida, Snake is forced to take up arms for the twins. Little does he know that all is going according to plan. With an invasion in full swing, the endgame is put into action. Time to ready the nukes. We've also got Help Us Great Warrior number 2 of 8. The tiny and powerful Great Warrior has begun her quest to kick the ever-living butt out of the enemies of the defenseless little village, and no one saves villagers with style and radness the way Great Warrior does. Next we've got Hexed number 8. Madame Cymbeline's actions were designed to force Lucifer to act, but what Lucifer does in response will shock both friend and ally alike as she pushes her powers to their absolute limit in an all-out assault on Grey Towers. We've also got Mouse Guard Legends of Guard Volume 3 number 1 of 4. Following 2 award-nominated volumes, once again mice of all furs and trades have gathered at the June Alley Inn to swap tales of courage, adventure, and craftsmanship. The storytellers can't help but try to outdo one another as the mouse who tells the best tale gets their bar tab cleared. This issue features stories by Scotty Young, Mark Buckingham, and Hannah Christensen. And we've got Teen Dog number 7. Dudes, prom is coming up. Who do you think Teen Dog is going to take? And who's going to be crowned as the ultimate high school couple this year? Meh, who cares? Let's get on the dance floor and cut a rug. From Dark Horse Comics, we've got Abe Sapien number 21. The villain takes center stage as South Texas necromancy problem is revealed, and Sebastian Fiumara gives Jeff Darrow a run for his money. Next we've got Itty Bitty Comics Grimmiss Island number 1 of 4. The volcano goddess threatens the Mama Woogie's tiny island. What can their creation Grimmiss do to stop this terror? Between an eye exam, a tough lesson in love, and stopping the tiki monoliths, there are a lot of things for the little guy with the skull head to do. Tropical drinks not included. And we've got X number 23. The city zone destroyed in the battle between the Archon and the Mark has become an insane asylum as a new, highly addictive drug gains control of ordinary Arcadians. X goes on the hunt for the operation's ringleader, but a rival vigilante, a shadowy woman from X's past, stands in his way. From Dynamite Entertainment, we've got Altered States Red Sonja number 1 one-shot. Welcome to Altered States, Dynamite Entertainment's parallel reality in the vein of DC's Elseworlds and Marvel's What If. Sonja Mazur is a young woman with a great job procuring reliquary items for the Metropolitan Museum of New York City. Her latest exhibit features the sword of a long-lost warrior, a spell book, and the preserved remains of a sorcerer purported to be one of the most sinister beings to ever walk the earth. When the ancient evil is awakened, Sonja will find that New York City is changed into a Hyborian wasteland, and Sonja herself will inherit the mantle of her namesake, the she-devil with the sword. Next, we have Damnation of Charlie Wormwood, number 5 of 5. There's been a death at the prison, which brings Charlie's plans to make money to a standstill, and depending on who it is, he may have even more problems. But when Liz confesses her troubles to Charlie, it manages to take his mind off his issues for a while and brings them closer together. But how will Charlie's wife handle their new relationship? This issue brings the first story arc to a close. We've also got Jim Butcher's The Dresden Files Downtown, number 2 of 6. Something large, ruthless, and possessed of supernatural power is smashing its way through Chicago, not to mention some of its residents. Harry and Molly are desperate to end its trail of destruction, but first they need to figure out what the blasted thing is. Further complicating matters is the involvement of gentleman Johnny Marcone, the city's most powerful mob boss and recent signatory of the Untitled Accords. Marcone's determined to find the creature too, and if he has to go through Harry, so be it. Next, we have King Flash Gordon, number 2 of 4, Deadly Capture, Things Are Dire, massive explosions and double crosses have forced Flash Gordon and Dale Arden and Professor Zarkov to take drastic action. It's time to go underwater forever. You shan't conceive the epic tale that Ben Aker and Ben Blacker and Lee Ferguson have concocted. We've also got Legenderry Vampirella, number 2 of 6. Vampirella is hot on the trail of the council. Rupert has a plan to take over the big city. Jones wants a drink. Mercy wants a job. And Resendal enters the picture. Good cops, bad cops, flying machines, soul-drinking serial killers, and the world's tallest clockwork night watchman. Next we have Magnus Robot Fighter, number 12. Final issue, Magnus battles the Basilisk, an unstoppable entity bent on blasting our hero into atoms. Can Lesia and Magnus hit reboot on their entire world's corrupted infrastructure? And even if they do, what's Magnus's robot dad's final horrifying endgame? Is this the end or a frightful new beginning? Hints in the final pages as Magnus fades to black. We've also got Pathfinder Origins, number 2 of 6. To prove herself to the legendary Pathfinder Society, the holy warrior Kira recounts a tale of heroism from her youth in the distant land of Quadira. When a village of desert ratfolk is massacred, only Kira and the paladin Sela are willing to take up their cause and hunt down the blood-sucking monstrosities responsible. From Pathfinder co-creator James L. Sutter and artist Kevin Stokes comes an adventure of blood, sand, and redemption. Contains a pull-out poster map and official Pathfinder RPG bonus encounter. Next we have Shaft, number 4. John Shaft is a ticking time bomb of vengeance waiting to explode. Before the killing starts, however, he wants answers. Consumed by rage, he returns to the place he hates the most, his childhood home, where his personal demons continue to haunt him. When unfriendly faces from his past appear, Shaft realizes that getting his revenge will require forming allegiances with his enemies. And we've got Vampirella, number 10. When the murder plague erupts in a major American city, Vampirella, Tristan, and Madame Evely work to contain the epidemic before it can spread to the rest of the country. But as Vampirella closes in on the third and final member of the accursed conspiracy responsible for creating and spreading the deadly disease, the unexpected return of an important figure from her past leads to a shocking personal revelation. From IDW Publishing, we've got Ragnarok, number 4. Beyond the forest of the hanging dead, Thor encounters the village at the end of the world and its guardian, an armored troll. He and the troll exchange favors, and Thor comes to envy the dead as the tale of the last day of the gods is told. And we've got Star Trek number 43. The lead up to the next Star Trek film continues here in an all-new adventure produced in association with Roberto Orci. Captain Kirk and the crew of the Enterprise find themselves in uncharted space on their 5-year mission of exploration, but a new alien threat may end their journey prematurely. From Image Comics, we've got Casanova Acedia number 2. Tensions in Los Angeles continue to rise as Quentin Cassidy, aka Casanova Quinn, dives head on into the mystery of Emil Boutique. Meanwhile, Shaban and B continue their whirlwind tour of the Casanova-verse. Next, we have East of West number 18, The Path of the Prophet. The last days of the world are upon us, and one man has become the living word of the apocalypse. This is the story of Ezra Orion and his unholy resurrection. We've also got Ghosted number 18. Anderson has been haunting Jackson ever since she died. What is she really here for? Find out this issue. Next we have Postal number 2. The fragile peace of a town full of criminals is shattered by the discovery of a murdered woman. When Mark seeks answers about her death and the people that could be behind it, he discovers the darkest secret in the heart of the town, a secret that alters his past forever. We've also got Sheltered number 15. This is it, the final issue. It's the end of Safe Haven, but is it the end of the world? Next we have Shudder number 10, Kate Christopher in Slumberland. We've also got Sidekick number 10. The noose is tightening around the neck of Thomas Winchester, formerly known as the Red Cowl. Desperate and on the run, his only hope is that his former sidekick, Barry Chase, will show mercy and refrain from killing him to avenge years of pain and deception. But with Julia Moonglow at his side, urging vengeance, will Barry save his former partner or finish his journey to a world darker than any he could have imagined? Next we have Sinergy number 5. Jess's mother makes a hard choice after her suspicions are confirmed. Jess, Jesse, the hunters, and the monsters all must fight for their survival. The hunters fight for humans, the monsters for a natural resource that may destroy us all, sin. We've also got Southern Cross number 1, now boarding Southern Cross Tanker Flight 73 to Titan. Alex Braith is on board retracing her sister's steps to the refinery moon, hoping to collect her remains and find some answers. The questions keep coming though. How did her sister die? Where did her cabin mate disappear to? Who is the creep across the hall? And why does she always feel like she's being watched? Inspired by classic mysteries and weird fiction, Southern Cross is a crucible of creeping anxiety and fear as Braith struggles with the ghosts of her past on board a ship that holds secrets best kept buried. Next we have Spawn Resurrection number 1, new team, new direction, the return of Al Simmons, and the start of a brand new era for Spawn. No one quite knows where Al's been all this time, but it's clear he's come back a changed man. Wiser, stronger, and with the memories from an experience that he's still struggling to understand. Tucked away in a crime-ridden corner of New York City, he's beginning to forge new alliances, preparing defenses, and testing out his newly acquired powers, because there's a battle coming and it's something that makes the heaven-hell thing seem like a petty squabble. So just who did Al piss off so badly while he was away? Introducing a bold new direction for Spawn as creator Todd McFarlane hands the reins over to Brian Wood and John Boy. It all starts right here and continues next month in Spawn number 251. We've also got The Surface number 1. What would happen if Mobius and District 9 had a baby? Maybe The Surface. Welcome to Africa. Ebola is no longer a problem. The West and the East are moving in, and 3 hacker lovers are searching Tanzania for a place that can change everything. The Surface. The first issue of a mind-bending action science fiction epic drawn by the esteemed Langdon Voss and colored by the Eisner-winning Jordi Belair. And we've got Walking Dead number 138. Face to Face. From Valiant Entertainment, we've got Ninjak number 1. For the first time, Ninjak's past and future collide in the pages of an all-new ongoing series from New York Times bestselling writer Matt Kent and superstar artist Clay Mann and Butch Goose. Then, meet inexperienced MI6 recruit Colin King on his first mission in the field as he learns the basics of spycraft and counterintelligence and develops a volatile relationship with his first handler. Now, Colin King is Ninjak, the world's foremost intelligence operative, weapons expert, and master assassin, and he's hunting the Shadow 7, a secret cabal of shinobi masters with mysterious ties to his training and his tragic past. And we have Unity number 16, War on the Home Front. After a violent and devastating battle, the Eternal Warrior, one of the world's immortals and its greatest wager of war, must once again grapple with his most implacable enemy, the countless days behind him and the life that's about to become a memory. Okay, so that's a look at some of the top independent publishers this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the Marvel and DC videos for this week, as well as my usual roundup of all my favorites for the week with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Tumblr, and Instagram to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.